One of the things that is so enrapturing about Scripture is that it's alive and living. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like this while you've been reading the Bible, but there are times that words jump out from the page and straight into your heart. Or maybe you've had moments of deep conviction after reading a sentence that you've seemingly already read a million times. God is God, and He moves miraculously through Scripture. If you want to get deeper, you've got to go to Scripture. Live it, breathe it, soak in those words, meditate on those verses. Once you're in that place, it is so rich and encapsulating. It's like having a new set of lungs to breathe the air around you, and suddenly your vision begins to shift as you look at the world around you. If you aren't there yet, or maybe you've never experienced anything like that, I just want to encourage you. You can have that. That love of Scripture is there for you too. Sometimes it can just take practice. Sometimes it simply takes a quick prayer. God, I want to love you, and I want to love your word. Help me do that. Guys, God answers that prayer every time. Take steps little by little, and as you move forward, God responds in kind and draws nearer to you. It's in Isaiah 55, we see that. For those that want to get deeper in Scripture, I have something that might intrigue you. As your resident nerd, I've done the hard work of diving into the biblical languages for you. I've got a class, less than 5 hours total, which sounds kind of crazy, but it provides the framework to biblical Greek. I went to school for classical and Koine Greek, and I've often spoken with people about how they would love to dive into the original languages in the Bible. Let's be real though, who has that time? I spent 4 years studying it, and I still have more to learn. I cannot even imagine now as a mom having the time to set aside to learn a language. That's just so overwhelming. But right now, if you want to study Scripture in its original languages, you have 3 options. The first one is what we already talked about, learn the language. This usually takes a few years of time. It's so rich and rewarding, and I'll never discourage anyone from this path. But it usually does cost quite a bit, and it can take a whole lot of time. The second option that you have is to go to an expert. There are so many wonderful teachers available right now and at your fingertips. There are solid teachers that will do the hard work for you. They'll provide the application when appropriate. They'll give you some contextual understanding alongside that original language breakdown. There are so many great teachers that are available online. They can be hard to find sometimes, but they are there. The third step, or the third possibility, is to use a lexicon, which basically is a Greek and English dictionary. You can look up alternate words just like you might do with a difficult book in English with the dictionary. But friends, I've created what I believe is a fourth option. When I was teaching Koine Greek at a classical school, I struggled with it a lot. How can I teach these students Greek in a way that they might actually be able to use it and carry it with them for the rest of their lives? I've been tinkering with this idea, and I finally put it on paper and then in a course over 10 years later. Guys, Greek is something that it can be difficult, but we have so many resources that are available that we can all become informed students and learn how to use the Greek to better study Scripture. And I've created a program that provides that framework and a context for Koine Greek. Then I pair you with excellent free resources that are available online or through apps. As with any language learning or study, you'll become more comfortable and study with more ease the more you continue to use it. But after my program, you can dive into the original languages and understand the nuance of what is said on your own. There are other contextual nuances that we'll still need to study on our own, like cultural and historical context. You can even jump into archaeological context or geography and geology. We're not even getting into theology context, right? But the language aspect is covered here. I have this online program available for you, and you can get in touch with me so that I can also teach it in person with a group. If you have any questions, please let me know. My name is Julia Reagan, and my course is Biblical Greek for Everyday.